Hello viewers and welcome to another exciting episode of Erongo Talk. I'm your host Nicanor Nangolo, and today we're here in Walvis Bay CBD, where as per usual we bring you your news updates, weather tides, and today we also have the Erongo Red, who recently launched the TID project, which is the token identifier rollover project, which will take effect on the 24th of next year. So please do not go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break.
Hallo kijkers en welkom bij vandaag's episode van Erongo Talk.
I'm your host Nicanor Nangolo.
I am your host Frida Moloto.
I'm your host Alan Johannes.
Sit gerus terug en geniet hierdie episode met ons.
We didn't count them out. We know they played against Grootfontein.
Die weer is mooi.
Dis 'n eer om hier te wees. Ondersteun ons. Ons gaan julle trots maak.
At the Walvis Bay-based Trillion Investment, Westhook Fishing Company expressed their disappointment with the conditions of employment in a petition handed over to the company. Let's take a look.
This re-employment of 120 ex-SPP workers, Walvis by Trillion Investment. We the employees of Trillion Investment should like to express our deepest concern and disappointments with the condition of employment following an agreement with the government to retain us in 2023. Trillion Investment has received the quotas from the government to retain the 120 ex-SPP on a permanent basis, the said truth. We should like the company to explain why we signed a 6-month probation contract while it was supposed to be a permanent contract. So we would like the company to explain to us. We were promised by the government a permanent solution, but then we are having a 6-month provision contract. Number 2, we want to know where in the contract it stated that you must work first before going to medicals. We are experiencing that problem that the company is calling the workers to come and report to work while they did not go through the medicals. And then if the workers are not coming to work, then they are getting the warning or they are going through the hearing, which is wrong. You cannot call a person to come for work while this person did not go through a medical. What if the person is not fit? What if that worker fainted in the factory? What medicine will you give to the worker? You don't know the person's health. The sharing of PPE is our deepest concern. The company has rules of hygiene, yet we are sharing the PPE. Imagine I'm wearing the dress in the morning and I'm going in the factory. Lunchtime, I will come out and somebody will wear that dress. And then the person that are coming from night shift, they will be given the same dress, which is wet. We are not coming from the same background. That is not safe.
The issues raised by the workers are serious, and we hope that all parties that are involved will find solutions for the issues raised. Moving on, in our second news story, President Hage Geingob has urged world leaders to accelerate the fight against inequality at the Oxfam and UniAid at the Inequality High Level event. Let's take a look.
So people who came from apartheid background, where inequality was written in practice of the state, so to say, and based on the color, that's worse. When Verwoerd was saying, don't give education to an African, let him just learn how to take orders from me. Otherwise, if you educate him, he will cut your throat. So don't give him that power. So education is a power, and it can open all the doors. And if you are all educated and you are still believing in discrimination, excluding some group because of their color or because they are having that status somewhere, then I don't know where the world is going to. We keep on talking about inequality, but it seems like it's not ending. We're not narrowing the gap. After even some of us were maybe freedom fighters before, fighting against it, inequality, when we get power, we also just act like others. So it goes on. There's no end. Inequality really. If you have a country and you're going to have people who feel left out, and by design, then you are sitting on a powder keg. One day it will blow up. Yes, whatever it is, nobody can keep on taking oppression or discrimination. One day they will revolt. When they revolt, no more mercy. So while we have time, we have experts like this, let's look at reality of why all types of inequalities at education level, health level, positions, and sometimes in Africa tribalism comes in too. So because it's this tribe, I cannot put them in this position. Those ones are all seeds we are planning for revolution.
Namibia ranks as one of the world's most unequal countries. A report by NSA suggests that the country needs further improvements in the efficiency of social spending through, for example, better targeting efficiency, consolidation of social programs, and reducing leakages of existing programs. And now finally, and for some sports news, the 8th round of the Namibian National Moto X Championships took place in Swakopmund. Let's take a look.
I'm Mark Erongo from Namibia. I'm here in Swakopmund at the motocross for round 8 of the national championship. I actually retired earlier this year, and then I was asked to race the MX of African nations, and then I started training for that, and I trained really hard for that, and I did our previous races, and that put me back into the championship. So it's not that I'm coming out of retirement, but I can still win the championship this season. So that's the only reason why I'm going to finish the season off. And obviously that means that I keep on training hard and trying to finish off strongly. The track's really awesome. I think the people here did a really amazing job prepping the track and getting the entire event organized. The place looks amazing, and it's just an awesome vibe here today. Our first heat is done now. I did really well. I was able to win it. I had a smooth race, and I changed some stuff from the previous race that we had in Omaruru. I struggled with some minor fitness stuff and suspension setup and stuff. I changed that, and I think it worked off. It went really well now. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Zoe Waldschmidt. I'll be in the Women in Motorsports class today. And I started riding when I was 7, 8, around there. And now I'm 17. And I'm actually looking forward to this race because I haven't ridden on this track since I think 2021, because sadly I wasn't here last year to race it. And I'm currently in an injury, so I'm hoping that it'll go good today, that I don't hurt it more. But yeah.
For October and December, and on that action-packed note, we have come to conclude our news for today.
Try inskrywings gedoen het, doen dit onmiddellik, julle tyd hardloop uit. Ons het net 2 try oor om uit te deel. Save die nommer 085-785-6231. #NamBoys dat die WhatsApp nommer toe, jy's outomaties ingeskryf.
Welkom julle, my naam is Brian Munango en ek is julle se aanbieder vir Gooi Kolle. Dit is donderdag se sportstrip nou. Einde van hierdie program sal ek en hoe om friends te praat. Is jy maar klaar? Je bent?
Le Jean.
Kira ritje me ko.
Is dit nou onderbroek?
Weer ingeschakeld. We zien jullie weer vrijdag volgende week.
Gooi kool!
Gooi kool.
Indeed, it is indeed a privilege and an honor for us to host the media today, to be able to address you regarding the changes in the metering environment, especially the token identifier rollover, which is scheduled to take place on the 24th of November 2024. Erongo Red has received a directive from Standard Transfer Specifications Association regarding the changes that will come into effect on 24th of November 2024, which will affect all the meters. These are the prepaid meters, not only in the Erongo Red area, but all the SDS compliant meters across the globe. As a company, we have taken immediate action to be able to embark on the process so that we could upgrade our current SDS system that we have, so that we could up to the SDS 6 standard. This is now allowing us to be able to accept tokens after the 24th of November. But we've also already started, and some of the meters have already been upgraded. So when a customer buys buys electricity, either at our offices or online or via the vendors, we normally issue the clients of 20-digit numbers. Those are the unique numbers that clients use to go and pin in, and eventually they get credits based on those numbers. And those encoded numbers have unique, what we call the token ID. Those are the token IDs that they have. So every time customer buys electricity, the meter will store the token ID in its memory. All prepaid meters have token identifier within the meter to identify every token. So if you punch in your token, there is a meter token identifier that each and every meter has. The purpose of the TID is to ensure that the same token cannot be used twice, but also primarily is to ensure that the client must receive electricity, because that's why the person buys the token, to be able to receive the electricity. So the token cannot be used twice. Now, on the same day of 24th of November, the meters will not be able to accept the tokens, because the then TID or the token identifier would have reached the limit of identifying the unique token numbers. So the token identifier inside the meter will not be able to read the new tokens that will issue after that date. For these reasons, the prepaid meters must be updated with a new token identifier that is achieved by using a key token, so that they can accept tokens generated after 24th of November 2024. Because we are proactive, we have confidently confirmed that we have completed the process of upgrading our backend infrastructure, because you need to upgrade your backend infrastructure, your hardware, your software, so that the process can get started and the tokens can be identified. So we have provided this in phases, but it also requires involvement of our stakeholders. So we need our customers to ensure that their meters are updated using the 20-digit activation code. So when you activate, you receive that 20-digit code. And there are two ways to activate the meters. Option 1, Erongo Red technicians or a duly authorized agent will visit each meter and then enter the key change token into the pre-paid meter. The agents will carry the Erongo Red identification card, and customers who should be cautious of possible imposters, because with every opportunity that you allow a person into your house, there is always that opportunity for people to be scammers or fraudsters that can enter people's houses. So therefore we are warning the clients and our customers regarding that. Second option that we have is that the customers can visit nearest Erongo Red office to request for key change token. So you can also do it as a customer yourself. All you get is visit our office and you get that key change token. They should first activate their meters using the code provided and thereafter enter the unit they have purchased. But what is important is that if a client at any given time already have purchased electricity, before you activate the new token, you must first utilize the tokens that you have purchased. Otherwise, you will not be able to get units once you have activated the new token. Therefore, I would like really to appeal to our prepaid meters users to visit Erongo Red offices to claim their key change codes, so that they can activate their meters so as to avoid sitting without electricity and the inconvenience that this may cause. Erongo Red, and in the Erongo region, we have 39,416 prepaid meters. That's what we have, 39,400 prepaid meters, and all of them must be updated on or before 24th, or upgraded on or before. But this year we have started off upgrading the meters. We have 3 areas in Erongo region, Erongo Red areas. So we have upgraded already meters in area 3, and the meters that we have upgraded is 7,409 meters that we have upgraded. And these areas that we have upgraded is your Omaruru, Karibeb, Ogombai, Uis, Omachete, and all the surrounding villages, Anikap. So all those areas have been upgraded, and those areas are 100% upgraded. So the people in those areas of Maruru, they now know they are sorted, including Karibeb and Usakos.
Hallo kykers en welkom by vandag se episode van Erongo Talk.
I'm your host Nicanor Nagolo.
I am your host Frida Molatu.
I'm your Oshal and Johannes.
Sit gerus terug en geniet hierdie episode met ons.
We didn't count them out, and we know they played against Grootfontein.
Die weer is mooi.
Dit is 'n eer om hier te wees.
Ondersteun ons. Ons gaan julle trots maak.
Well, unfortunately, we've come to the end of today's episode, but fear not, you can always check out our website. That's at www.erongo.com.na. You can also send us your news tips at newstipserongo.com.na, or you can simply share with us your story on our WhatsApp and our Telegram. That's at 0811 7040. That's 0811 7040. You can also follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Alternatively, you can check out our online channel, that's oneup2.com, or you can simply check us out on DSTV channel 285 or on GoTV channel 25. That was all for today's episode. Until next time, it's goodbye.